Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Metaverse. Today we're going to be talking about VEVE. Alright, I really wasn't planning on making this video, but it's come to my attention that my audience is probably better off well informed, and I know this video won't apply to the majority of you who already know about VEVE, who already know about NFTs, and who already are familiar with the OMI token. But those of you who aren't, this is going to be just for you. Alright, don't take any of my opinions as facts. This is my own personal beliefs on where I believe the project is going, how they're built, who's behind them, and just overall how I can see a return on investment going. Now, just because I say some crazy number or something like that, don't take it as fact. It's just me speculating. Most of this is just speculation, alright? Now, even if I spit out some crazy number, it's really just supposed to be for entertainment purposes, to show you guys how I feel about certain project, what I'm personally doing in my life, because every single person's situation is different, and investing in something when you can't afford risking investing in that thing, probably stay away. But for someone like me who can put on a couple of dollars, into a project on the side, it's probably worth it. Again, not financial advice. Alright, so I hope this video answers all of your questions, but if you still have some, make sure you leave a comment down below. We also are running a giveaway. It's on another video, but I should leave an end card right up there for you guys to click on and go straight to there where you can see the giveaway details. Okay, so first things first, what is Ecomi? What is the difference between Ecomi, OMI, and VEVE? Okay, because there are three different things all underneath the same company title. Alright, so here we are on the VEVE website. You can get it on both Google Play and App Store. And if you notice, you don't see anything about Ecomi or anything like that. If you scroll to the website, you can check out their Medium articles where they post where they post their NFT drops, and we'll get into those NFT drops in a minute, but for now, let's just discuss what the company is. So, Ecomi. So, VEVE is just a product from Ecomi. So, think Apple Watch, alright? So think Apple, VEVE being the iPhone. Alright, so what is VEVE exactly? VEVE is so Ecomi is the company that takes care of VEVE, which is just an application. And so if we take a look at, and so you're probably curious on what the OMI token is as well. So this is a chart of the Ecomi price. Anyone can just climb into CoinMarketCap and take a look. But right now it's hovering around that half of a cent mark. It peaked as high as 1 cent, which is when I heard about this project personally. And then after that, I bought some of the in-store app gems because there was no age requirement on those, whereas I wasn't 18 at the time of this. So after a lot of mainstream hype about NFTs and whatnot, Ecomi was definitely just leading the race. Like 1 cent. I remember seeing a lot of videos about people uploading. I remember seeing a lot of early videos of people talking about how it was going to go to 3 cents and how excited they were about all that, but it just didn't happen. And so ever since then, it's just been it went slowly down, right? And then finally, price started taking recovery as soon as we started talking about Disney and Marvel. All right, as IPs. Now, what is an IP? Well, let's dive into the app, and I'll take a look around, and this is where we're going to further explain the different forms of purchasing, the different monetary values, and the NFTs that exist within the app. Alright, so as soon as you open up the VEVE app, you're going to be greeted with this page. Now, you should see a join or login thing, and so if you haven't created an account, make sure you sign up for that. It's really easy. My profile is over here, and it's currently under the name Poba.G, alright? So if you want to add me on that, go ahead and knock yourself out. I have 11 followers apparently, so that's pretty cool. Alright. Now, there are a few different tabs under here. If you can see at the bottom, you have your store, you have your collection, you have a feed, your market, and your profile. Alright, under your profile is where you're going to find your gem balance and several settings that you can change. So now that I showed you my profile, we're going to take it from the very left, starting at the store, and taking all the way to the market. Now, at the store is where you're going to be able to pick up NFTs at retail price. If we take a look at this, we have an Amazing Spider-Man Marvel comic dropping in 12 hours and 40 minutes from now. And if you're interested in how to pick up the drop at the time that it launches, make sure you check out my other video. It's a full tips and tricks video guide discussing every single possible way of getting in on this drop. Here we have the picture of the Amazing Spider-Man, and this is a comic book, and you can come down here and you can preview the read, and it's not going to show you the full book because you don't have to pay for that. But if you manage to buy one and actually hold one in your collection, you'll be able to read it all the way through. So this is going for 7 gems, and you better believe that I'm going to be going for it tomorrow, just because of the fact that even though it's going for 7 gems, it could go for way more on the secondary market. So on the store page, you can see every single collectible that's ever came out on the app. You can look through your brands, you can look through everything. But you just won't be able to purchase anything at retail price because everything is sold out. The only way you're going to be able to purchase anything is if you buy off of someone else. So let's dive into my collection and let's take a look around. So I have this Deadpool and these stickers. If you want to, again, if you want to check out how much I made from VEVE in 2021, we do go over some of these items, and I'll be happy to post another video discussing my gems I have right here. But that's not for this video. You can scroll down and you can see the difference between your collectibles and your comics. There are certain collectibles on the app that are 2D. For example, they have posters of Steve Rogers from Hawkeye, and they also have posters of things like Ultraman and Back to the Future and several different things like that. Paintings and posters. So these are pretty much the 3 main different collectibles that they have on the app. So there's a way you can showcase your NFTs, and I can show you that just by clicking on one of your showrooms, and then it'll load you into a space where you can place your NFTs, grow them and shrink them in size, and just play around with them, where this is like your place to show it off. And this is pretty much the entire product right now is this showroom. So you can see some of my collectibles. I don't have them all up here, like the Deadpool's not here, but I've got my 2 stickers in the back, and I've got these animated snow globes, and I also have my 2 Steamboat Mickeys. Let's back out of here and show you more. Alright, that's just pretty much what this app has become. You know, it's a place for you to have your collectibles and show them off in another place. Now you can also share them on this next tab, which is the feed. On here, people can share all sorts of things. I don't know, you just share anything, even like and follow, okay? You know, as far as social ability goes, this is not it, alright? You're not investing in this app because of its social features. But it's a fun place to look around sometimes, and I like, sometimes you'll find some. Let's head 1 tab over, which is where all of the steak and rice is in this app. Alright, so let's check out the steak and beans of this app, okay? This is the marketplace. This is where you can purchase new collectibles as well as new comics. And another feature of the marketplace is you can participate in auctions for certain collectibles. For the most part, I don't recommend anyone uses the auctions feature, as the buy now is significantly more reliable. Some users have had issues with people not paying for their auctions, which is a big issue, and Ecomi is looking into fixing that. So yeah, let's dive even further. On here, you can look through brands, alright? We're going to talk about some of the brands here because they're extremely important to your investment decision. Marvel X-Men's on here, but that's not all that's on here. We've already seen that we have Deadpool and other drops, but let's go through. Okay, we've got DreamWorks' Voltron, Universal Studios. I don't even know what these are. There's a lot of private artists and a lot of smaller, less known things that are just receiving a lot of attention just because of this app. Now you might be looking at this blue button and you're thinking, what? The USPS, bro, what are they doing? This seems like 2 different things that should not be going together whatsoever. But this is actually extremely big deal for the Ecomi, alright, and VEVE as an app. When you have a government funded firm like USPS creating NFTs for an app with barely any users, at the time when these initial Day of the Dead came out, there weren't very many users. But now we're having millions of users because of all these other firms. All right, so let's check it out. We also have the Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is on here. We also have Superman, Star Trek, Spider-Man, Powerpuff Girls, James Bond, No Time to Die, Mermicorno, Hawkeye. As I showed you, as I talked about before, they have the musical poster. We also have Marvel Mighties, which are pretty much just these tiny NFT versions. Speaking about the Marvel Mighties, a lot of speculation has come across for gamification regarding NFTs. People are currently speculating that we could potentially be seeing games being released for these NFTs, and the only way to participate is if you own one of them. So I want you to imagine like a Marvel game, or like the Avengers game that we had released, I believe it was last year, where you could play as your own character and you could go run around and you could do things, or like similar to like the Marvel app. So imagine if you owned one of these NFTs, suddenly you could put that character inside of that Marvel app and you're suddenly running around as freaking John F. Walker. That's really cool. Keep that in mind as we look through all of these. You know, Marvel is most likely to be the first to jump on it, but we'll talk about it more as well. Now, we also have this really cool Labbit. Now, the only reason I bring up the Labbit is to further talk about the gamification. The author of the Labbit, the guy that they're paying for to be on this app, has spoken about the breeding of Labbits and how he wants to be able to combine some of these Labbits together so that you can create new combinations. Now, if this comes out, it'll be a really big deal for VEVE, because then suddenly you can produce new NFTs from old NFTs, and the new ones might have a new value, and you could probably produce some significantly more rare NFTs. And if you are familiar with the NFT pay-to-earn game Axie Infinity, a lot of people are generating revenue from this breeding mechanic. So if Labbits does something like that and individuals can begin earning an income stream from this app, VEVE, it's going to be an extremely good thing for both the Omi coin and for the app itself, for all your collectibles. Like, the list goes on and on. They have Ghostbusters, DreamWorks, Disney. Disney is like the absolute killer. When Disney got announced, Disney's posting it on their Twitter page. They're like, yo, go buy these NFTs. A little bit over 1 million people have flooded into the app, and it's just beautiful, okay? We got CryptoKins, Batgirls, Supergirl, Wonder Woman. We also have Coca-Cola. Do you know how big Coca-Cola is? Oh my god. And Cartoon Network, which are pretty much the big one. The reason I wanted to go through all of those brands together is because for each IP that they own is pretty much the permission that they have to hold NFTs on their platform. I want to show you guys something cool. This right here is Todd McFarlane Batman. He's often talked about as one of the holy grails of the VEVE app. Now, why is that? Todd McFarlane was the very first NFT to ever be minted on the app. There's only 7,500 editions of him, and if you own one, that's it. Right? You own the very first VEVE minted NFT on this app. And now we have people like Disney coming in, we have people like Marvel coming in, and they're looking, and those users that are just here that just came for Marvel and for Disney are now looking at Todd McFarlane as the first NFT ever, and they think, wow, that is so cool, that is a prized possession to be owning. Going for $7,500. Just last week he was about $3,500. That's a pretty big deal. Now, just for reference on how much this app has grown, one of my very first collectibles I ever purchased in the store, back when things weren't selling out immediately, was this Darwin Cook Batman. I paid a total of about $40 for him. Today, he's going for $260. I did sell him a long time ago, but the profits that I used to buy other collectibles, and therefore I was able to make even more money on using different collectibles, if that makes sense. So I'm not mad that I missed out on Darwin Cook because I made money elsewhere. This is just an example of the huge amounts of gains that can be made from just the app. Now, one thing I wanted to mention that VEVE holds a unique advantage in the NFT space is the fact that they have 3D NFTs, okay? The fact that I can come in here, look around, and see the depth and detail in each single one of these is something that you can't see on any other NFT project today, alright? For example, if you're familiar with the Bored Apes Club, these NFTs are going for $300,000, and they're pictures, they're images, and a lot of people laugh at that. Now, the point I'm trying to get at with the fact that they're ahead of the game in terms of technology is, if you weren't aware, which is why you're watching this video, Ecomi has been working on their digital collectibles app, VEVE, since 2018. 2018 was 4 years ago. All of these new NFT projects that are popping up now, they're all money grabs, they're just trying to make a quick dollar off of you. But Ecomi is different. Okay, this is not a money grab, this is a project well in development and has been attracting licenses for years now, trying to get all these people on board. I want to talk about gems. Gems have an equal 1-to-1 conversion rate. So $1 US will get you exactly 1 gem. but you can use these gems to buy and sell collectibles in the market. Now currently, okay, listen up, you can't take your gems off of the app. The money transfer license, or what's commonly referred to as MTL, is going to be coming in the first quarter of 2022. Now, if you're interested in buying some of these, proceed at your own caution. We don't know how money transfer license is even going to work, if you're going to be able to withdraw your full amount, if they're going to take a 30% fee off the top for withdrawing to cash. We just have no idea how it's going to work. I also want to talk about the drops. If you are managed to get one of the lucky drops and pick it up, you can sell it on the secondary market for more than the pickup price, and that's just due to natural supply and demand. The supply is very low compared to the people that want it, therefore it's going to go for a value that's higher. Alright, so for the last 2 bits of this video, we're going to dive into the OMI token, what it means for the app, and who is the team behind Ecomi, what significance do they bring to the team. Now, in 2018, they hired on this man, Alfred Kahn, okay? This guy is the big money hitter right here, and this is the reason why I invested in Ecomi, and let me tell you exactly why, okay? Alfred Kahn is a man who is responsible for more than $25 billion in retail revenue, okay? And he is the head of global licensing at VEVE, at Ecomi, okay? He has played into the hands of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cabbage Patch, and Polly Pockets. Now, he didn't create them, he's just responsible for the releases and the licensing, okay? Man was able to bring Pokemon from Japan to the United States for a more Western audience. And he was actually the guy who decided to change the name from Pocket Monsters to Pokemon. And that changed the world. It changed a lot of Western culture. I grew up watching a lot of Pokemon, and I loved it. And I played the games, and I traded cards with people, and it was a lot of fun. But Pokemon is a big deal. If you aren't familiar with it, Pokemon holds the record for the most amount of revenue for any franchise in the United States. Or actually, I'm sorry, in the world. So to be the man that made that happen is an extremely big deal. Additionally, because we have someone like Alfred Kahn on board, who's already had experience with something like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we can assume that he'll be able to bring some of these projects into VEVE. So, let me ask you this right now. If you knew a company was about to license one of the biggest brands in the world, would you invest in that company? If your answer is yes, you should think again. So, pretty much what I'm trying to explain is, if you could invest in anything, invest in the man who managed to take Pokemon cross seas. Personally, I'm waiting for Pokemon to get announced, and I will sell all of my other NFTs, except for maybe one of my Steamboat Mickey, and then maybe one of my Coca-Cola NFTs, and I'm buying whatever Pokemon I can get my damn hands on. It doesn't take a genius to realize that you should have bought some of these when they came out, and they were literally worth cardboard, okay? Now, imagine if you had that same opportunity come by again, okay? Where Charizard comes out on the VEVE platform and you can buy one of him for just $10. In 5 years, you better believe he's going to be worth $6,500. Unless they meant like 2 million of him, which could happen. But there's always going to be the number one Charizard from that pile, which is going to be worth a lot of money. Now, if I haven't sold you yet on the app itself, that's fine. Let's take a look at the coin. Alright, so this is the infographic that we've had since the beginning, since I was around on the app. And it kind of explains the tokenomics behind the OMI and why it exists in the first place, okay? Alright, so this article was posted on June 23rd, and it pretty much is it's pretty much the most recent version of the tokenomics behind OMI and its utility and its purpose. So we're going to go through and highlight some of the key points that it's talking about. First off, it is the undertaking asset that underlies beneath each transaction on the VEVE app. Additionally, eventually we're going to be able to stake for different incentives, meaning we're going to be able to lock up our OMI tokens and then give them to Ecomi, let them stay there for liquidity or for whatever reasons they're going to use it for, and in return we're going to get something else for that. We've already had announcements of different reasons. For example, one of the benefits of staking is apparently receiving a slightly better advantage when going for one of the drops, when they utilize a new raffle system as opposed to the quick click system. So why does this token exist? Well, if you know anything about NFTs, the reason why it exists is because blockchain is the foundation for where the NFTs are written into. Blockchain is the reason why anyone can go in and verify each transaction. Anyone can prove that anything happened from this point to another. Blockchain can validate and prove that no duplicates were ever made or harmed, or changed in any way. Blockchain is what proves the thing that you own is in fact the thing that you own. But now that it's on blockchain, it can't be duplicated, and it's provable that what you own is what you own. And so that's the whole point of the OMI token. But listen here, it's more than just the underlying asset. Additionally, it has a current burning mechanism where each transaction causes some of the OMI used in that transaction to be burned. And if you don't know what that means, pretty much it gets locked up permanently. It goes away, reducing the overall supply, and thus, due to microeconomics, causes the price to increase just from the natural supply shock. There was a time where they were on GoChain. Now they're currently on Immutable X, which is good news for us. It means it has cheaper transaction fees, and it's on the Ethereum chain. Now, so how do the burns work? Okay, so right now the OMI that was minted is now currently distributed in this way. 300 billion are in a reserve wallet. We'll talk about what the reserve wallet does in a minute. 40 billion are in the VEVE Vault wallet, which is just for additional liquidity to make transactions go a lot more smoother and less volatile. Now, they kept some of their OMI for business development, so 20% or 150 billion. They gave their team, advisors, and board members 150 billion for themselves as well. And for the private sale and the public IEO, aka the coins that we have access to, is 110 billion OMI. Now we can see already that 103 billion OMI tokens have already been removed, and this was, again, remember, this was June of 2021. That number is significantly higher at the moment. Alright, let's get into the mechanics. So I currently realized something. Someone said that VEVE had an issue where purchasing gems on the app means that Google Play Store or the Apple Store takes a 30% cut off the top. Reading this, I realized that the reserve wallet is put into place so that if we were ever to withdraw, it would come from the reserve wallet. So pretty much with every transaction, some of the OMI is going to be burned and put away permanently, locked away. It's never going to see the light of day, which is good for holders of the OMI token, because they're going to be seeing a lower supply of the thing that they have, and that means it's going to go for a higher price. Now, if we look at this little flow chart, we can see exactly how this burning is going to work. So let's say you buy $10 on the app worth of gems, which is equivalent to 10 gems. The gems immediately go to your wallet, but on the OMI side of things, the underlying coin, it will purchase a process to send an equivalent value from the OMI from the in-app reserve through the user's OMI wallet, which would be yours if that was you buying the 10 gems, and into the OMI vault. So your purchase was going to trigger this event from the OMI in-app reserve to the user's OMI wallet, and then from there the OMI contains from the in-app reserve through your wallet and straight into the OMI vault wallet. From there, the corresponding OMI in the vault is then exchanged for the NFT and then moved to the out of circulation wallet, where no one will ever be able to touch it again. Now I know that probably made absolutely no sense to you, but I believe the reason why they have this mechanism in play is so that the 30% fee that they have to pay for each transaction isn't paid directly from themselves, meaning this is the master plan that they have to fix issue of withdrawals. Alright, because currently there's an issue. It seems like they already have a system in place using the in-app reserve to pay for your to pay that 30% difference that goes to both Apple and Google Play Store. Now, I could be totally wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Now, the other part of the OMI token is the capability of allowing you to purchase NFTs directly through that cryptocurrency. Right now, if you want to buy any cryptocurrency, you're going to have to go through Ethereum, and it's like a 7-step process. I do have a video on the process if you want to check it out. It'll be right over here. The process is extremely difficult. VEVE has made it extremely simple, quick, and easy to purchase any NFT right now through the use of gems, and then pretty soon they're going to make it easy through the use of OMI as well. Now, that's pretty much it on the OMI token itself, but let's talk about where you can buy it. So if you go over to CoinMarketCap and you click this market button, you can see everywhere where it's listed. Why am I mentioning that you only can buy it on 5 exchanges? Well, that means there's a lot of big freaking catalysts coming in. Imagine if OMI got listed onto Coinbase, the biggest crypto centralized exchange in the world. All right, if it got listed onto Coinbase, anyone, including my dad, including your mom, including your uncle, including your grandfather, could just go on there and just buy it. Okay. Right now, if you want to go onto Bitforex, it's a whole nother process, and that's a whole nother sign up. And it's not even a big exchange, and I remember when I first signed up for it, they had a literal typo on their screen. I know I still trust them, and that's where I currently hold my OMI, but the point I'm getting at is there are a lot of big catalysts coming, and if you can get your hands on it using one of these other exchanges, you're ahead of the game before the rest of the floodgates open, letting all of the mainstream consumers come in. That being said, should you invest in OMI or the collectibles within the app? It depends on what you buy, okay? Personally, right now, OMI has a market cap of sub $1 billion. It is a rank 214, and it's not even listed on a big exchange. It's like probably the only token that's up on the top 250 that isn't listed on a big exchange and is going for sub $100 million market cap. I could easily see this doing 3 to 4x within 2022 alone, and 2 cent estimate is what a lot of people are rooting for and wanting and speculating upon, and that's what they believe, especially if we get a big exchange this year. If it's easier for you to buy something like OMI, go ahead and buy OMI. However, for the vast majority of people, it's going to be the easier option to just buy gems and invest in the actual collectibles on the app. I'm going to be releasing a video soon, taking my 500 gems and doing some good buys with them. I'll put the link up here when that video is done, but if you don't see a video there, that means it's not done yet. I'm sorry, over there. But if you don't see a video over there, that means it's not done yet. So stay tuned for that. But I want to talk about one collectible in particular that I could see doing big numbers relative to OMI. This is a non-licensed Ultraman. This is a non-licensed 2021 Ultraman collectible. Okay, this is just some random guy who decided that he's gonna make a Ultraman toy and sell it. Now today there might be some officially licensed Ultraman collectibles, but when Ultraman originally launched, it wasn't going for very much at all. Now, right now, Ultraman's like one of the biggest things in Asia. Personally, when anime starts rolling out on the VEVE app, I will be putting all of my money into Ultraman, because that means when we start getting a lot of anime and a lot of Asian content onto the app, Ultraman is going to be what follows all of the... Ultraman is going to shoot up in price just from that fact alone. So personally, I would be stacking up on Ultraman in the background, but I'll make a video on that soon. Frankly, there's not much more to talk about. You know, the Ultraman could do 100x. The OMI token could just do 10x. I could see a 10x easily. In 10 years, it could do 100x. But the point is, invest at your own risk, guys. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I think that's pretty much it for this video. I've mentioned every single quarter, every single piece of knowledge that I have on the Komi project, on the VEVE project, and stay tuned for more content regarding VEVE. more tutorials, more fun information like this. This is just your investor's guide to going into the background of the project, the big people, the strong heavy hitters, what makes VEVE VEVE. That's what this video is about. If you're not familiar with VEVE, this video is for you. And if you know anyone and you're trying to show them this app and they're a little bit skeptical, send them this video. It might change their mind. This was meant to establish all of the facts and all of the key points and evidence describing why VEVE could be worth a lot in the future. I'm so tired. This video, I've been up for I've been recording for like an hour. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash subscribe, smash the like button. If you want to stay up to date on all things VEVE, Recur, NFTs, and Cocktail Bar, make sure you destroy that subscribe button, okay? Today was my first day of school, and tomorrow's gonna be my second, and this is my second semester of college, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm just ready to take a nap. Hopefully I can get this video out to you guys pretty soon. You guys can start sharing it immediately. I'm so grateful for how my channel has done. In the last 48 hours, I've done over 800 views. To think that 800 people are willing to click on my videos and take a chance and watch it to the end and find it interesting. And I mean, not 800 are watching it to the end, but the fact that a portion of people are doing that, the fact that in every hour of every day, at least one of my videos is being watched by one person, it means the world to me. Guys, I couldn't thank you enough. Really, I'm just so honored. If you guys want to see more content like this, smash subscribe and like the video. I have big plans for this channel. I want to keep making content like this. And I found out that it's likely that I'm not going to be monetizable in the future, just because the nature of these videos and they're heavily advertising. But I still want to give you the best I've got. So if you guys are interested in more content, again, subscribe. If you have any ideas for some way I can generate revenue off of this channel, let me know in the comments section. I know I want to start a Patreon eventually, but Patreon's kind of sus. I mean, that's not sus. It's just I don't have anything to sell to you guys really. I give you all this information for free, and I love doing that. I don't know what I could even charge for. It's just I don't know. There's not much value I provide other than these videos, and I love giving them to you. So again, thank you. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day.